Round the Rec. Here we go. Round the Rec with Sherry Vickers, Director of the Maxivisi Senior Activity Center, along with the Executive Director, Steve Masters. Good morning to you both.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Good to have you with us today. Round the Rec, talk about that, Sherry. Whose brainchild is that?
Oh, well, the brainchild itself is Steve and Lauren and all the people around the wreck.
Yeah, yeah.
But we were just kind of trying to come up with a catchy tune, catchy little number that people would remember.
You know, people don't realize how many senior events is offered through the Recreation Department.
Oh yeah, there's lots of things. The misconception with most people who've never been to a senior center is that it's going to be like a nursing home.
Yeah.
And so they say they don't want to go. And I've got 90-year-olds that go, I'm not going yet, I'm not that old.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
But once they come one time and figure out that it's just a place to come and a safe, warm, comfortable place to come socialize and do activities and just be with other people, because that's one of the biggest problems with seniors is they're being solitary, being at home, getting depressed.
Yeah.
But come out and socialize. There's still a lot of life out there, you know?
You know, even Steve, he comes by there once in a while, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, every once in a while.
I walk through,
He
for
walks
sure.
through. He didn't play
Walk
cards or
through.
anything.
Hey,
But
he knows not to say anything. He just walks light-footed through there. So, does it cost to come to the rec or anything?
no, it does not. Now, if you wanted to do some of the groups, they have like their little dues and things like that. But it didn't cost anything. Now, the homebound, the meals that we serve on a daily basis, just donation. But that doesn't mean, like, if you come down there and you don't have the money to even pay a donation, you're still going to get food.
Talk about the meals a little bit. How does that work?
Well, the meals are through East Alabama Commission. You have to be at least 60 years old. And we do homebound and congregate. But one of the things that people need to understand is we get a limited amount of meals. So we get 91 meals, and we have 91 people getting those meals. Now, we have a huge turnover, and you can imagine. So people can roll on and roll off of these meals pretty consistently.
What's a typical meal?
Well, it's going to be balanced.
Okay.
We have a very strict
Kind of nutritional kind of thing?
nutritional. It comes from Alabama Department of Senior Services. East Alabama Commission kind of manages it and spreads it among the East Alabama area. You know, other areas have their area on aging as well, and it's pretty much the same type of food. Now, you know, it's warm, nutritional, and there's always a dessert.
Oh, yeah. Gotta have dessert.
Everybody loves dessert. Lots of fruit.
Yeah.
And one of the main things they're doing this year is trying to get most of their fruit from Alabama. So it's a big push to get Alabama-grown produce and products
So
from
what
Alabama.
time is lunch?
Lunch is 11:30,
Okay.
and it's Monday through Friday. On holidays, there's not, there's not any. The homebound people, we come in early. The food is not prepared at the center. It comes in pre-prepared, and we have to temp it and put it in these containers that look like TV dinners and seal them up and everything. And the employees there, my girls that work in the nutrition center, great bunch of girls, know exactly what they're doing, handle that very well, very well. They are a blessing to have there at the rec. They get along really well with the seniors, and they have a good time with them, and it's nice to have.
So, Steve, how important is it, and you have your hand on the pulse of recreation departments across the state of Alabama, how important is it that we have a facility like this and services like this offering here in Sylacauga?
It's extremely important. You know, traditionally you may look at the rec center as, sign your kids up to play basketball or sports.
Drop them off and leave them.
Drop them off and leave them, pick them up from there after school. But, Sherry's been a part of this since the inception of our activity center at J. Craig. And the service that she provides over there is invaluable. I mean, you know, when you got, like she said, elderly people in town, some are widowed, some are not, but to provide a space that they know that they can come and it's safe and it's clean and they have activities for them. And she has several groups that meet there and stuff. And to me, I tell everybody, you know, when you go around and you're talking about, oh, you're so busy at Parks and Rec, like one of the most amazing things that happens there every day is they feed 91 people a day that probably wouldn't get that good of a meal, you know. So that's one of the things we're most proud of that even happens at the rec at all.
So, Sherry, what are some other services that are provided for seniors there?
Well, you know, there's not just the activities, but if these seniors need, we have resources. There, a lot of times it's hard for seniors to find resources, and through East Alabama Commission Area on Aging, we can get them resources. Now, we don't provide those ourselves, like an elder law or help with fraud protection, help with, we've had an exercise program through, we're actually the like experimental group that did an exercise program called Bingo Exercise. And that way you got seniors to do little small exercises and play bingo. And each one of those bingos taught them a thing about falling or nutrition or depression, which is huge with seniors. But that came in from the University of Kentucky, and we were a pilot program, and once it was such a success with us, they bought the program, and now it's all over the state. So, you know, things like that, is those kind of resources that we can get through the Area on Aging and the East Alabama Commission, those kind of resources are invaluable for seniors, a place to come and find out. We provide, you know, we go on trips, you know, that's a big thing.
You just got back from one not long ago, right?
Went to Myrtle Beach for a Christmas, 5-day Christmas trip. It was great.
How does that work?
Well, you know, we plan out the trip, and I try to plan them out. Like the Myrtle Beach trip was only like 6 or 8 months ahead. But the bigger trips we try for 10 to 12 months to a year ahead. So it gives people opportunity to sign up, pay for it a little at a time if they don't have all the money. But we go on a charter bus, everything is planned, and group travel's not for everybody because we do everything together. But as far as safety goes, group travel's one of the safest ways to travel because you're not just out there on your own. You know, you're with a group that makes sure everything's planned. You got your food planned.
So when I first saw that about the trip to Myrtle Beach, I said, that is so cool. And then I didn't hear anything else about it. So it was months later, I asked Steve about it. He said, that thing's booked.
Yeah, it books quick. Yeah, everything books up quick. And, you know, you can buy insurance through the company that I use as well. And if something happens, because with seniors, with any of us, you never know. And so they can get their money back, you know, if they purchase the insurance. So, yeah, it's fun. It's good. And then we got one coming up. We've just opened. It's not full yet, but it's getting there quick. We're going to Niagara Falls on the Canada side.
That's on Childersburg, isn't it?
Yeah, other side of Childersburg. Wow. Yeah, but you do have to have a passport to get there. Yeah. So we're going there in August of 24. Yeah.
Wow.
Montreal, Niagara Falls, tour Victoria Gardens, the botanical gardens there in Canada. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
So how do you build in the costs and stuff for all of this?
Well, you know, we have a company that comes in called Diamond Tours, and they do most all the planning. And the thing that's really good about Diamond Tours, and I found that out on our last trip, is that they send a representative there at every stop to make sure everything's good. So if I have an issue, I don't have to call another tour guide that's somewhere else. They're right there with us. But yeah, the cost of it includes everything. When you do the cost, it includes your bus ride, your gratuities to all your tours. I mean, so all they have to really bring money for is, like, we don't provide lunches. But with the breakfasts we get and the suppers we get, or dinners.
I bet that's something else
Yeah,
too.
yeah, they are. They're nice. They're nice. Yeah, you gain a few pounds, but you walk it off.
So my mom, when I was a little boy, she would quilt. And back in that day, they'd have these things hanging from the ceiling.
Yep.
And they'd have groups that come over and quilt. We
Yep.
got quilting at the rec, don't we?
Yes, we do. The Friendship Club's been there a long time. You realize that Beth Yates started the Friendship Club. At that time, it was for men and women, but it eventually kind of morphed into just women who
Yeah.
like to quilt. And they do the old-fashioned quilting. They don't do the machine quilting. They hand cut, hand piece, hand stitch it.
Wow.
Now their quilting frames are on the floor,
Yeah.
but I was trying to get them to put them on the ceiling, but architect wouldn't go for that.
As I grow older, and I remember, especially my mom, she had it hard. And, we have seniors that come in to our facility every day that's got a story to tell.
Yes.
And Steve, sometimes it just takes us a minute to stop and listen.
100%. I've always had the opportunity when I worked at the hospital, at the gym and stuff, to be around some elderly folks that come in the morning, and that's one of my favorite things. Unfortunately, with my job now and when she's working on nutrition and stuff over there, I don't have a lot of time to go over there and just sit down and enjoy that. But I mean, if you have an opportunity to sit down with an older person, I mean, the amount of knowledge that you can gain in just a conversation is unbelievable. Because, we grew up in this new techie world and, everything was nice and furbished and everything else. And, it's not that long ago that people that grew up in this community really struggled and farmed in Avondale 12 hours, all these things. And, we don't realize how good you got it until you sit down and talk to one of these people.
So Sherry, you kind of started this thing with the seniors. Why?
I didn't start it. No, it was started. I just kind of tweaked it.
Okay.
Beth Yates and Maxie Veazey
Well,
kind
what
of
names?
started it.
What
Oh,
names?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when we named the building, we were going to name it the Beth Yates Center, and Beth was still alive when we opened it, and she was like, oh no, name it after Maxie. Because Maxie was huge in the meal program as well. The story goes, and somebody may correct me on this, is that Maxie was heading to open heart surgery. And she made them stop the thing and get a payphone and call and make sure somebody was there to deliver her meals.
Oh, wow.
Because she was volunteering to deliver meals and her homebound meals, and she was worried about those homebound meal people as she's going to surgery. Mm-hmm. And she didn't make it out of surgery. That's when she passed away. But Maxie was. That's how it kind of, I remember it.
Okay.
Now, before me, I'm sure there was others, but there are pictures of Beth and her exercise groups, even then, to keep people active. I'm headed there real quick myself, but I'll be sitting right beside
So
them.
how do we try, we talk about all these services provided, but a lot of it is one-on-one. A lot of these people coming in, they don't have anybody else to talk to all day.
No.
And they're looking for that companionship, that conversation piece, and you guys provide that.
Yeah, to each other. When a senior comes there, there's other seniors. When you have someone with the like mind and they have something in common and they're peers, then they can, you get in your family as a senior adult, and you kind of got that generation gap that the kids are not understanding what you're talking about or how it is, but those people know each other, and they can have these long conversations about how they were kids and compare their can of biscuits and gravy, what they had for lunch, because that's all they had.
That's right.
They didn't have loaf bread or anything, just had whatever cold biscuit was there. But they can talk about that, and then they can laugh and enjoy each other, and just makes them feel better.
So do we have anything for Christmas that's happening with the seniors there? or-
Not really. We have
Okay.
a short Christmas year
Okay.
up there. But now we have a lot of little doodads going on that keeps them occupied in their mind on Christmas. Last month we had a duck hunt, and that was hugely popular. We had 220 ducks about as big as your little finger, and we hid them all over the center. So for a month, they would look for ducks, and if they, when they found them, they'd turn them in because they were all numbered. And the winner of the duck hunt got a little gold duck.
Competition.
Yeah, they love it. They love that. We do inside Easter egg hunts at Easter. We'll do decorating ornaments. The nutrition program girls decided all the ornaments need to be a food item, so they have to decorate the ornament like a food item, like apple or ice cream or whatever.
Wow.
And so the just things,
So
just fun things.
How can maybe seniors that are watching or children of seniors that want to get their parents and grandparents involved, how do they do that?
All they have to do is come in Monday through Friday. I recommend personally is that you bring your senior, your mother, aunt, uncle, whatever. Let them come up there and just visit. They don't have to tell them they're going to stay because it's kind of scary.
Sure.
I had one lady tell me it was like the first day of school. She was terrified. She made her son go up there with her because she was so afraid that, people were going to be mean to her or she would get lost or. And the building is designed, Jim Armstrong and I sat down and designed this building in a way that it's a circle. Like if you walk the hall, you're going to end up in the big room again. So for people with memory issues or get lost easy and they're afraid, there's nowhere to get lost. You can just walk that circle, you're going to end up in a place that you're familiar with. But they should just come. Ladies if they want to do, or even men if they want to come do the chair Zumba, hugely popular.
The what?
Chair Zumba, exercise class.
Okay.
My mom's 91 and she loves it. She loves it. You sit in the chair and do you don't worry about falling, you see. And you do all your exercises sitting in the chair, lots of fun music. And Rebecca White, she will have this Christmas music at Christmas, Halloween music at Halloween, It's just, and summer music and all that, so it's that's hugely popular, and it gets them moving and excited. And like I said before, depression is a huge thing. There's two things that seniors and teenagers have in common. They have the highest amount of suicide, especially during the holidays. And you would not think that's true, but I've experienced it personally at the center in the past where seniors have committed suicide because they get so depressed at home and so feel like they're useless.
Yeah, sometimes they're lonely,
They're lonely. They feel unloved, unappreciated, and all alone. And just come to the center. Now, for the nutrition program, you do have to fill out an application. We do have to see if there is a meal available, and you do have to be 60. Now, that's for congregate. You can come in for congregate. Now, if you're homebound, you have to be homebound. Because every day if we come to bring you a meal and you're out shopping, that's not necessarily homebound, But not that they can't leave their house at all, but pretty much homebound. And that's important because we don't want people to not get waste food for somebody who needs it.
And before we go, it takes a lot of volunteers to put this together too.
Yes. We had the First Baptist Church, First Methodist Church deliver food, and we have two delivery drivers ourselves that delivers to Sycamore. We absorb the Sycamore Senior Center, so we do food to Sycamore and to the Sylacauga surrounding areas.
So when did we start doing Sycamore? A while ago?
Oh gosh.
Okay.
It's been a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we got the bus,
When we
Okay.
so
yeah.
at least 8 to 9 years.
Yeah.
Steve, let's kind of wrap up this morning. I want to invite people to watch every month Round the Wreck. And we're going to be talking about different entities every time they come on. And but before we go this morning, Talk about the rec overall, where we are as we begin to close out the calendar year.
Well, like you said, we're getting near the end of the year. We're kind of phasing down. December for us is one of our only months that we don't have a sport going on. And, the senior nutrition program's closed for a few weeks around the holidays. And we do have a big event coming up that Miss Lauren's put together with Santa Claus and Cinderella and them singing and cookies. And after that one, we kind of hang out for a couple weeks and get ready for the New Year's. And we start basketball the Thursday after the first of the year, and that'll be something we'll have going on at 3 locations, 2 to 3 nights a week. We'll start registration for baseball. Miss Lauren already has all of our events planned out for 2024, starting in April with food trucks and the barbecue thing again. And I mean, we get really, really busy really quick.
And there's always maintenance to be.
Oh my gosh. We keep getting hit up about one of our parks in particular, and as you know, all the leaves fell the week of Thanksgiving. Yeah. Like, we were off for 3 days, we came back, wow.
There they are.
So all my guys, Chris and Alan and Beto, they've gone around and gotten all the leaves up. We're fixing the walking track right now at Fairmont. We have to put new gravel down each year and smooth it out, and then we're going to South Highland and make that park like we did Noble Park. We want to paint everything and put out new benches and stain it, and we want all of our parks to be very, very similar. But before you know it, we'll get done with these few little chores we got done, and we have 2 guys that maintain 10 facilities.
Oh my goodness.
Cutting grass. So there's not a lot of maintenance that can be done or big projects that can be done, from spring through the end of fall. So this is our time of year that we're going around and replacing plugs and fixing lights and redoing restrooms, and South Highland's high on that list. And I was talking to Chris, who's over our parks, and probably next week we're going to be out there, weather permitting, and painting that whole pavilion.
All right. Sounds good. Sherry Vicker, Director of the Maxie Veazey Senior Activity Center, and Steve Masters, Executive Director of the Sylacauga Parks and Recreation Department. Thank you both for coming. And Sherry, we leave it with you this morning. I know you want to wish all the seniors a very, very happy holiday season.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and come see us at the Recreation Department, because you're going to like it. You're going to like it. Lots of fun, lots of friends. A place like home.
All right. We got more Daybreak just ahead. Don't go away.